My first book is called Sellership, and it's essentially how to transition from sales to leadership, and coined this word sellership. And there's a system. I've created a blueprint through Mark's mentoring, a system to help somebody who's really good at sales to transition successfully into leadership roles. Because being good at sales and being good at leading are two totally different skill sets. And in fact, Brian Tracy, that's how I connected with him. 15 years ago, I was in a mastermind with him, with one of my companies. We brought him in and we built a relationship, and he said something that blew my mind. He's like, the problem with the sales industry is that those who are good at sales are the ones that get promoted into leadership, and then they struggle. And so it's like, whoever can solve that will make an impact. And so I figured I spent 15 years obsessing on how do you solve that? How do you close the gap? How do you bridge the canyon from somebody that's great at sales to somebody who's great at leadership? And so I personally, with my own teams, over the years professionally, learned how to do that. And that's where I became highly skilled myself. And then I just had to figure out, how do I take this knowledge and duplicate to scale, to get leveraged results from what I was really good at. And so I wrote Sellership, and Brian was happy. He's a stud. He's such a nice guy. And he wrote the foreword. And then I wrote my second book called, which attacks the number one problem in sales and the number one problem in leadership. And well, probably more than that, but that's my niche. So I'm staying focused. It speaks to sales leaders. It's called Pluck the FUD. And
FUD being fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yeah.
So get over the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in your own head.
Yeah. And just a high level premise is just like if you're growing a garden, what's going to creep into that garden?
Weeds. Weeds,
right? So you got to pluck the weeds, or they'll choke what you're trying to grow, just take up space in the garden and destroy the intentional plant. Well, listen. Our minds are the exact same. We might have this idea plant. It's like, you come here with Mark Moss, get all fired up, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna apply this. I'm gonna do the value ladder. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna apply the simple things he's learning. It's all it's all exciting, and inevitably, weeds of the mind. You leave, you're on your own. Weeds of the mind, fear, uncertainty. What if can I really do this? Doubt, man. Who am I? What if I take all this action and it doesn't work out? So you've got to, the most common weeds, fear, uncertainty, doubt, you got to pluck the FUD. And my book is all about how. And strategies that I've learned in the trenches. How do I get myself? How did I get my teams? I've worked with tens of thousands of sales leaders. What are the key ingredients, the strategies, the tools, the DNA to actually uproot that FUD? And one last thing, I'll pass it back to you, but listen, I've learned the easy part in achieving results. The easy part in achieving success is learning the skills to be successful, because they're duplicatable. You can learn from mentors. You can watch one, do one, teach one. You can see, you can watch training videos, pull up YouTube, whatever. That's the easy part. It's a minimum standard. Anybody can get good at the skills. The hard part, the real challenge, is learning to guard your mind.
Yeah, guard your mind.
And take action despite inevitable fear.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, Ben. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.